Hi everyone, welcome to Auto Talk with Johanna. Today we'll be talking about how the automotive industry was changed by COVID-19 in some of the best ways possible. The Wild West is really the best way I can describe the automotive industry. For years, dealerships have resisted change, sticking with the same old processes they've used for decades. That is until COVID-19 pandemic hit in 2020. That event would finally force the industry to modernize in ways that should have happened long ago. Before we get into what changed, let's cover a few basics. The new car industry has four main components. First are the OEMs, or original equipment manufacturers. These are brands like Toyota, Ford, Chevy. Then comes the PMOs, or program management offices. These act as the middleman between OEMs and dealerships, passing down rules and ensuring compliance. Next are dealerships themselves. New car stores, we call them franchises. And then finally, there's your third party tech companies that provide tools for pricing, lead management, and customer relationship systems like eLeads. Before COVID, PMO regulations mainly focused on protecting customer information. For example, not leaving a customer's copy of their driver's license in an unlocked desk or exposing personal data. A single violation could cost the store $10,000 per piece of customer information that was found left out, depending on the OEM. Having spent 14 years in the dealership world, I have heard the same phrase countless times. We've been selling vehicles this way successfully for decades. Why would we change now? That if it isn't broken, don't fix it mindset really define this culture. But it was broken. Customers hated the process, and the industry had earned the reputation for being untrustworthy. Then, in March 2020, everything changed. As the nation declared a state of emergency and issued a shelter in place orders, dealerships were forced to close their showrooms very reluctantly. Suddenly, their traditional sales model was useless. According to the U.S. International Trade Commission, U.S. vehicle sales declined 15% in 2019 to 2020. These sales declines were almost twice the decline during the 2008 to 2009 global financial crisis. With sales plummeting, OEMs, PMOs, dealerships, and tech companies had to work together to survive. Third party tech companies quickly adapted, realizing their existing tools like online payment calculators, vehicle appraisal systems could be repurposed to create a fully online car buying experience. This is what we call omni-channel or digital retail. Almost overnight, digital retail was born, a process allowing customers to buy vehicles directly through a dealership's website. Yes, we had Carvana before that, but this wasn't something that dealerships had directly on their website. For the first time, customers can complete an entire process online. No one knew how long the shutdowns would last, but this shift kept the industry alive. And keep in mind, dealerships did not want this control to be given up. When things reopened, however, many dealerships tried to revert back to their old ways. As Toronto Star noted, most dealerships now have the option of allowing customers to authorize purchases digitally, a practice that was almost non existent prior to COVID-19. Yet, despite these many tools, stores resisted the change. According to Ernest and Young, while dealers generally recognize the need to transform the customer experience and are willing to experiment with new tools, so they say, they are reluctant to secede that control of the customer relationship, viewing this as an increasingly slippery slope. By late 2022, the resistance grew stronger. Dealerships began canceling their subscriptions to digital retail platforms and abandoning the tools that allowed customers to calculate or purchase online. Customer satisfaction started to decline once again. Fortunately, OEMs stepped in because their main focus is customer retention and satisfaction. Many manufacturers, including Lexus and Toyota, began requiring dealerships to use digital retail tools to present at least one payment option digitally. This decision proved effective. According to the 2023 Cox Automotive Car Buyer Journey Study, overall car buying satisfaction increased significantly, with 69% of consumers being highly satisfied with the process. As this data spread, more OEMs began enforcing similar digital first requirements. These changes are reshaping the entire industry. Dealerships that refuse to adopt the digital retailing now face reduced new vehicle allocations until they comply with the OEM expectations. The result is a shift towards long overdue transparency, one that benefits customers and starts restoring the trust in the dealership. The truth is, the automotive industry didn't change because it wanted to, it changed because it had to. They had to because the OEM stepped in. A global pandemic accomplished what years of customer frustration and innovation could not. It forced an energy industry known for resistance to finally evolve, creating a more connected, efficient, and customer focused experience. All thanks to COVID 19.